Once upon a time in the town of Savatthi, there was a kind housewife named Vidahika. She was known for being gentle, humble, and calm. Vidahika had a hard-working and efficient servant named Kali. One day, Kali, the servant, began to doubt Vidahika's calm demeanor. She thought, "Maybe my mistress is hiding her temper because I do my work so well. What if I test her?" The next morning, Kali purposely woke up late. When Vidahika asked why, Kali casually replied with no specific reason. Vidahika frowned but let it go. The following morning, Kali woke up even later, and again Vidahika questioned her. Kali, with the same casual response, said there was no particular reason. This time, Vidahika scowled. On the third morning, Kali intentionally woke up even later. When asked, she again replied with no specific reason. This time, Vidahika lost her temper. She shouted at Kali and even hit her on the head with a rolling pin. Hurt and bleeding, Kali ran to the neighbors, telling them what had happened. Vidahika's reputation was ruined because of her angry reaction. Buddha used this story to teach his disciple Molya Phaguna about remaining gentle, humble, and calm, even in challenging situations. The lesson was clear. True strength lies in following Buddha's teaching, especially during testing times. In life, we often face situations and people that test our patience. It's easy to blame them for our anger, but true strength comes from taking responsibility for our reactions. Imagine a situation where someone tries to provoke you, just like Kali tested Vidahika's calmness. The key is not letting external factors dictate your emotions. Think of anger like peeling an onion. There are layers to it. The outer layer is the anger you show, but beneath it lies frustration, hurt, and more. Each layer represents a stage in our emotional response. Now, Buddha taught that despite challenges, we have a choice to remain gentle, humble, and calm. It's not about suppressing anger, but about handling it wisely. Reflect on Buddha's wisdom. He emphasized that, like Vidahika, that we all are reputed to be gentle, humble, and calm. But how do we react when tested? Buddha's teachings guide us to maintain composure, especially when life gets tough. Remember, anger is like a costly emotion. The more you invest in it, the more it returns with negative consequences. So next time you feel anger rising, pause, choose your response wisely, and follow the path of inner strength and calmness. Taking personal responsibility is the cornerstone of managing anger. Instead of blaming external triggers, acknowledge your role in choosing how to respond. We all encounter challenging people and situations, but it's essential to recognize that our reactions are within our control. When facing difficulties, resist the urge to shift blame and focus on the power you have to choose your response. By accepting personal responsibility, you pave the way for more constructive and positive interactions. It's about understanding that, regardless of external factors, your reactions are your own. So the next time you feel anger rising, remember you have the ability to choose a response that aligns with your values and inner calmness. Buddha's wisdom teaches us the importance of self-training and virtuous conduct, especially in maintaining calmness. Consider the story of Molya Phaguna, who, despite being an erudite monk, struggled with certain aspects of monastic life. Buddha's guidance helped him overcome personal challenges. In our lives too, we encounter situations that may challenge our calmness. Buddha's teachings emphasize that true strength lies in following a path of self-discipline and virtuous behavior. It's not about suppressing emotions, but about responding wisely to tests and trials. Reflect on this wisdom, and in challenging moments, let Buddha's teachings guide you towards maintaining a gentle, humble, and calm demeanor. Buddha's insights on speech and interaction highlight the importance of mindful communication. He advises against using hurtful words and harboring resentment. Consider the impact your words can have on others. They can be timely or untimely, true or false, affectionate or harsh, beneficial or unbeneficial. Buddha encourages us to train ourselves not to use harmful words and to maintain goodwill in our interactions. By being conscious of how we communicate, we contribute to a positive environment and cultivate a mindset of understanding. Remember, speech is a powerful tool, and by using it wisely, we can build harmonious connections with others, fostering a sense of peace and mutual respect. Consider anger as a progression of stages. Much like peeling layers off an onion, It starts with the outermost layer, anger itself, leading to frustration, hurt, expectation, entitlement, attachment, and ultimately ignorance. These layers represent the various stages of our emotional response. Recognizing this progression allows us to understand the complexity of anger and address it at its root. By peeling off these layers, we can gain insights into our emotions and work towards managing them effectively. Remember, beneath each layer, there's an opportunity for self-awareness and growth. Embracing this understanding helps in dealing with anger in a more thoughtful and constructive way. Anger comes at a cost, and it's crucial to recognize its expensive nature. It's more than just a momentary response. It can create a cycle of consequences, leading to more anger in return. Think of it as an emotional investment where the returns are negative. Understanding the cost of anger prompts us to question whether it's justified or useful. While occasional displays of anger may be needed, being mindful not to let it turn into a genuine emotional response is key. By acknowledging the price anger extracts, we can make informed decisions about when to express it and when to choose a more constructive path, leading to better overall well-being. Consider the concept of justified anger. While it might seem reasonable in certain situations, it's essential to weigh its usefulness. The story of Mullah Nasruddin wanting a wife like the moon, appearing at night and leaving in the morning, humorously reflects the fleeting nature of wise one's anger. Wise individuals understand that anger, when expressed, should be like the moon, waning quickly. When anger transforms from an expression to an emotion, it becomes a burden. It's crucial to differentiate between a necessary display of anger for practical reasons and allowing anger to linger as an emotional baggage. Understanding this difference helps us make choices that contribute positively to our lives and the lives of those around us. Expressing anger in the real world sometimes becomes necessary for practical reasons. However, the key is to manage it without resorting to hurtful words or letting it evolve into a genuine emotional experience. There are instances where an exhibition of anger is a display for maintaining order, but if it turns into a personal jab, introspection becomes essential. It's a reminder that even in moments requiring firmness, one can maintain control over their emotions. By recognizing the need for occasional displays of anger in the real world, coupled with self-awareness and mindful actions, we can strike a balance between achieving objectives and preserving our inner peace. This approach ensures that any expression of anger is a tool for practicality rather than a detriment to our emotional well-being. Keeping anger inside seldom solves problems or brings happiness. It's important to understand that holding on to anger can have long-term consequences, affecting both mental and emotional well-being. Instead of internalizing frustrations, consider the potential for positive change through introspection and mindful actions. Often, the issues causing distress are not worth the toll they take on one's peace. Life can go on without carrying the weight of unnecessary anger. Like an onion, anger has layers, and addressing each layer through understanding and self-reflection is key. By choosing to either cook this emotional onion with love, forgiveness, and patience, or getting rid of it altogether, one can pave the way for a more content and peaceful existence. In summary, anger can be a burdensome emotion, but it's up to us to decide how we handle it. Episodes of anger may seem justified, but their costs, both to ourselves and those around us, are substantial. It's worth remembering that half the things causing us distress are rarely worth losing sleep over. Holding on to anger, like harboring an onion's pungent smell, doesn't solve problems. Instead, we can choose to address each layer, cook it with positive emotions, or let it go entirely. By understanding the consequences of anger and embracing mindful actions, we pave the way for a happier and more fulfilling life. So the next time anger surfaces, choose wisely for your benefit and the well-being of those around you.